So, night. The prison lights are on. Valentine is engrossed in a book. Melina, restless, is flickering through a magazine he already knows backwards.
Why are they late with dinner? Next door had it ages ago.
Is that all you're studying tonight? I'm not hungry, thank goodness.
That's unusual. Don't you feel well?
No, it's just my nerves.
Listen, I think they're coming.
Better hide the magazines, or else they'll pinch them.
I'm famished.
Please, Valentine, promise me you won't make a scene with the guards.
No.
Yes. Thank you.
What about this one? Why's it got less? I didn't say anything for your sake. Otherwise, I'd have thrown it in his face, this bloody glue.
What's the use of complaining?
One plate's only got half as much as the other. That bastard guard, he's out of his fucking mind.
It's okay, Valentine. I'll take the small portion.
No, you like porridge. You always lap it up.
Skip the chivalry. You have it.
I told you no.
Why should I have the big one?
Because I know you like porridge.
But I'm not hungry.
Eat it. It'll do you good.
No,
It's not too bad today.
I don't want it.
Afraid of putting on weight?
No,
Get stuck in then. This porridge a la glue isn't so bad today. The small plate is plenty for me.
Thursday, Ladies' Day. The cinema in my neighborhood used to show a romantic triple feature on Thursday, years ago now.
Is that where you saw the Panther Woman?
No, that was in a smart little cinema in the German neighborhood where all those poosh houses with gardens are. My house was near there, but in the rundown part, every Monday they'd show a German language feature, even during the war. They still do.
Nazi propaganda films?
But the musical numbers were fabulous.
You're touched. They'll be turning off the lights soon. That's it for studying today. You can go on with the film now. Irina's hand was on the key in the lock.
She takes the key out of the lock and gives it back to the keeper. The old fellow thanks her, and she goes back home to wait for her husband. She's all out to kiss him on the mouth this time.
Hmm?
Irina calls him up at his office. It's getting late, and the girl architect answers. Irina slams the phone down. She's eaten up with jealousy. She paces up and down the apartment like a caged beast, and when she walks by the canary, she notices it's frenetically flapping its wings. She can't control herself, and she opens the little door and puts her little hand right inside the cage. The little bird drops stone dead before she even touches it. Irina panics and flees from the house, looking for her husband, but of course, she has to go she has to go past the bar on the corner and she sees them both inside. And she just wants to tear the other woman to shreds. Irina only wears black clothes, but she never again worn that blouse he liked so much. The one in the restaurant scene, the one with all the rhinestones.
What are they?
Rhinestones. I don't believe this. You don't know?
Not a clue.
They're like diamonds, only worthless. Little pieces of glass that shine.
I'm gonna turn in early tonight. I've had enough of all this drivel.
Thank goodness. There's no light, so I don't have to see your face. Don't ever speak another word to me.
I'm sorry. Really, I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd get so upset.
You upset me because it's one of my favorite movies. You can't know. You didn't see it.
Are you crazy? It's nothing to cry about.
I'll I'll cry if I feel like it.
Suit yourself. I'm very sorry.
And don't get the idea you've made me cry. It's because today's my mother's birthday and I'm dying to be with her. and not with you. I, I, I don't feel well.
What's wrong?
I, I,
What is it? What's the matter?
the girl's fucked.
Which girl?
Me, dummy, it's my stomach.
Do you want to throw up?
The pain's lower down. It's in my guts.
I'll call the guard, okay?
No, it'll pass, Valentine.
The food didn't do any harm to me.
I bet. It's my nerves. I've been on edge all day. I think it's letting up now.
Try to relax. Relax your arms and legs. Let them go loose.
Yes, that's better. I think it's going.
Do you want to go to sleep?
I don't know. Ugh, it's awful.
Maybe it'd be better if you talk. It'll take your mind off the pain.
You mean the movie?
Where had we got to?
Afraid I'm going to croak before we get to the end.
This is for your benefit. We broke off when they were in the bar on the corner.
Okay, the two of them get together to leave, and Irina takes cover behind a tree. The architect girl decides to take the shortcut home through the park. He told her everything while they were in the bar, that Irina doesn't make love to him, and that she has nightmares about Panther Woman and all. The other girl, who just got used to the idea that she lost him, now begins to think maybe she has a chance again. So she's walking along, and then you hear heels clicking behind her. She turns around and sees the silhouette of a woman, and then the clicking gets faster now. Right, the girl begins to get frightened, because you know what it's like when you've been talking about scary things, but she's right in the middle of the park, and if she starts to run, she'll be in even worse trouble. And then suddenly, you can't hear the human footsteps anymore. It's still hurting me. Day. Valentine is lying down, doubled up with stomach pains. Melina stands looking on at him.
You can't imagine how much it hurts, like a stabbing pain.
Just what I had 2 days ago.
And each time it gets worse, Melina.
You should go to the clinic.
Don't be thick. I already told you I don't want to go.
They'll only give you a little Seconal. It can't harm you.
Of course it can. You can get hooked on it. You don't have a clue.
About what?
Nothing.
Go on, tell me. Don't be like that.
It happened to one of my comrades once. They got him hooked. His willpower just went. A political prisoner can't afford to end up in a prison hospital. You follow me? Never. Once you're in there, they come along and interrogate you, and you have no resistance. It feels like my guts are splitting open. Ugh.
I told you not to gobble down your food like that.
You were right. I'm ready to burst.
Stretch out a little.
No, I don't want to sleep. I had nightmares all last night and this morning.
I swore I wouldn't tell you another film. I'll probably go to hell for breaking my word.
Oh fucking hell. You carry on. Pay no attention if I groan.
I'll tell you another movie. One for tummy ache. Now you seem keen on those German movies, am I right?
In their propaganda machine. But listen, go on with the Panther Woman. We left off where the architect girl stopped hearing the human footsteps behind her in the park.
Well, she's shaking with fear. She won't dare turn around in case she sees the panther. She stops for a second to see if she still can't hear the woman's footsteps, but there's nothing. Absolute silence, and then suddenly she begins to notice this rustling noise coming from the bushes being stirred by the wind, or maybe by something else. And she turns around with a start.
I think I want to go to the toilet again.
Shall I call them to open up?
They'll catch on that I'm ill.
They're not going to whip you into a hospital for a dose of the runs.
It'll go away. Carry on with the story.
Okay. She turns around with a start.
Pain.
Tell me something. You never told me why your mother doesn't bring you any food.
She's a difficult woman. That's why I don't talk about her. She could never stand my ideas. She believed she's entitled to everything she's got. Her family's got a certain position to keep up.
The family name?
Only second league, but a name all the same.
Let her know that she can bring you a week's supplies at a time. You're only spitting yourself.
If I'm in here, it's because I brought it on myself. It's got nothing to do with her.
My mother didn't visit lately 'cause she's ill. Did I tell you?
You never mentioned it.
She thinks she's going to recover from one minute to the next. She won't let anyone but her bring me food, so I'm in a pickle.
If you could get out of this hole, she'd improve, right?
You're a mind reader. Okay, let's get on with it. She turns around with a start.
What have I gone and done? I'm sorry.
No, no, hold still. Don't clean yourself with that sheet. Wait a second.
No, not your shirt.
Here, take it. Wipe yourself with it. You'll need the sheet to keep warm.
No, you haven't got a change of shirt.
Wait. Get up. That way it won't get through like this. Mind, it doesn't soil the sheet.
Did it go through?
Your underpants held it in. Here, take them off.
I'm embarrassed.
Didn't you say you have to be a man? So what's all this about being embarrassed?
Wrap my underpants up well, Melina, so they don't smell.
I know how to handle this. You see, all wrapped up in the shirt, it'll be easier to wash than a sheet. Take that toilet paper.
No, not yours. You'll have none left.
You never had any, so cut it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Relax a little. You're shaking.
It's with rage. I could cry. I'm furious for letting myself get caught.
Calm down. Pull yourself together.
Good idea. So it won't smell, eh?
Clever, isn't it?
I'm freezing.
I'm just making some tea. We're down to the last little bag. It's chamomile. Chamomile. Good for the nerves.
No, leave it. It'll go away now.
Don't be silly.
You're crazy. You're using up all your supplies.
I'll be getting more soon.
But your mother's sick and can't come.
I'll continue. She turns around with a start. The rustling noise gets nearer and nearer, and she lets rip with a desperate scream. When, whack! The door of the bus opens in front of her. The driver saw her standing there and stopped for her. The tea's almost ready.
Thanks. I mean that sincerely, and I want to apologize. Sometimes I get too rough and hurt people without thinking.
Don't talk nonsense.
Instead of a film, I want to tell you something real. Something real about me. I lied to you when I told you about my girlfriend. I was talking about another one, someone I loved very much. I didn't tell you the truth about my real girlfriend. You'd like her a lot. She's just a sweet and simple kid, but really courageous.
Please don't tell me anything about her. I don't want to know anything about your political business.
Don't be dumb. Who's going to question you about me?
They might interrogate me.
You trust me, don't you?
Yes.
Well then, inside here it's got to be share and share alike.
It's not that.
There's nothing worse than feeling bad about having hurt someone, and I hurt her. I forced her to join the organization when she wasn't ready for it. She's very unsophisticated.
But don't tell me any more now. I'm doing the telling for the moment. Where were we? Where did we stop? How did it continue? What comes next?